It's Q&A time. By the way, I am recovering from a very nasty cold, so my voice is gonna struggle throughout this, but I got my cough drop, I got my water. We can do this. I just might cough up a lung while I'm answering these questions. Also, I threw a party last week, and this is my beautiful balloon arch that I made. Because I've been sick, I just haven't wanted to take it down, so I figured I would leave it as a backdrop and take it down after this video. Anyways, let's get started. Did you ever consider having kids before you got your uterus removed? No. Not really. I was 14 when I decided I did not want children. When you're a kid, you just kind of think you're supposed to follow your parents' footsteps. So as a kid, technically, yes, I thought I was gonna have kids, but I wasn't old enough to really understand what that meant. So the first time I was actually around a newborn and actually saw what it was like, I was like, oh no, we are not doing this. And I have not changed my mind since, so yeah, not really. Do you have an Instagram? I do. I used to never really post on it much, but I am starting to try to post more to it. So this is the username and this is my profile. And on that note, somebody also asked, do I have a YouTube? Well, some of you are watching this on YouTube, but for those of you who aren't, yes, I do have a YouTube. Here is the username and here's the channel. Okay, this question, I love this question because I usually get asked the same questions over and over and over again, and I love questions that are just so out of the blue that you're like, how did you even think of that? But how did you find out Santa Claus wasn't real? What was your reaction? So I was actually a little late to the party when it came to finding out Santa Claus wasn't real. I don't remember how old I was, but I was up there. I wanna say I was like 10 or something. Also, sorry if any kids are watching this and this is how they find out Santa isn't real. So how it finally happened was I was at church one day, and I grew up in a really Christian family, and my favorite color is pink. So for Christmas, I had gotten this like pink Bible, and I had it with me at church, like I was carrying it around. And my mom was talking to this older woman, and the older woman was like, oh my God, that's such a cute Bible. And I was like, thanks. My mom goes, oh, I got it at some bookstore. I saw it and I decided to get it for her. And I like, my face fell, and I said, Santa got this for me. And my mom looked at me and she was like, well, Santa's elves got it at the bookstore. And I knew she was lying, and I was like, you lied to me. And I like dramatically took off running. I started crying. Like, it was a whole thing. She chased after me and explained it to me. And that's also when I found out that the tooth fairy wasn't real, the Easter bunny wasn't real, leprechauns weren't real. Like, it was a very rough Sunday. So that is how I found out. I was very upset about it. So yes, that is how I found out. What is my favorite holiday? So my favorite holiday used to be Christmas. For many years, I always said Christmas. But as I've gotten older, Christmas has just become really stressful. Work was always super slammed around Christmas time. We would be blacked out from like Thanksgiving until the end of the year. That meant we couldn't take any time off, couldn't like, you know, really enjoy the holiday because we were working. And then it's expensive because you're buying gifts and you're trying to get the decorations and everything. So yeah, I changed from Christmas, and now I think I would say my favorite holiday is Halloween because I like dressing up and I like candy. So next, are you dating anyone? No. And on that note, the next one is, why are you still single? Because there's no man that can handle this. I just have really bad luck. That's really all there is to it. What did you want to be when you were a child? What didn't I want to be when I was a child? Okay, I changed my mind all the time, but I think the main ones were I wanted to be a writer, I wanted to be an actress. I had a moment where I wanted to be a cheerleader. I don't know why, I'm not flexible. I think I just liked their outfits, I don't know. I wanted to be a singer. When I was a teenager, I wanted to be a model. But yeah, mostly creative things, singing, acting, writing, things like that. How to own your plus size body and be more confident. So I hear people tell me all the time, like, oh, you're confident, blah, 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 blah. I don't necessarily think it's confidence. I think it's more of just, I realized that there are things I want to do in life and I'm just gonna do them. I've always been self-conscious and I have self-esteem issues, and I've never liked my body no matter what it looks like, but I'm not gonna let an opportunity pass me by just because I'm not where I want to be physically. So I don't know if I'd say it's confidence. It's just more of life is short and I don't want to have regrets. Okay, this question I get asked all the time, what is your favorite video? So I cannot pick one. First of all, I can't remember most of my videos. At this point, I've made hundreds, but I do have a couple favorites. I enjoy when someone tries to rob the salon, when you are spying on your client's phone. That one's one of my favorites. That one's probably like top 5. Excuse Jesus, my cough drop is starting to dissolve, so my throat is like, let me go to grab another one. Okay, I grabbed a handful. I like the drive-through drama, that one's funny. I like nail salon drama. I like when coworker steals your food. Like another one I really like is the smoke alarm detectors. That one's one of my favorites. And ironically, usually my favorites are the ones that don't perform as well. I don't know why. And the ones I don't like are the ones that always like go viral. So I swear to God, when I'm editing and I'm like, I don't really like how this is going, I don't think I should upload it, I'll immediately go, no, upload it because it's probably gonna go viral. And it usually does. Do you get recognized when you go out and about? Not a whole lot. So here's what usually happens. I will usually go like 3 months with nobody recognizing me. And then like in 2 weeks, like 5 people recognize me. And then 3 months go again where nobody recognizes me. Especially after I went ginger. I've only been recognized like 2 or 3 times since going ginger. I have had sometimes people message me afterwards and they're like, oh my God, I think I saw you, but I was afraid to say hi. Which, don't ever be afraid to say hi. You can come say hi. I will say though, I don't know how to handle being recognized super great, so I might be awkward because I don't know what to say. I'm like, oh, okay. So you can come say hi. Just realize that I might be awkward, and if I'm awkward, it's not you, it's me. Especially since I will go so long without being recognized when it happens. I'm just like, what? I get recognized at Disney the most, I would say, and it's usually not by guests, it's by people that work there. And then I got recognized at the salon quite a bit. And then another thing that will happen when I do get recognized is people don't realize it's me at first, because they'll come up to me and they'll go, do I know you? Have we met before? You just seem so familiar. And I'm like, no, I've never met you. And they're like, where did you go to high school? Yada, yada, yada. Sometimes I wait for them to just slowly figure it out and watch the wheels turn. And sometimes I just tell them. Sometimes I'm like, well, I do have a TikTok. And they're like, oh my God, yeah. So yeah, I don't get recognized a whole lot, but every now and then I do. What is, oh my God. Do we have a freaking wasp in here? Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. No, no, no. No, no, no. Hold on. Okay, I got it out. And that was actually shockingly really easy. It landed on my chair, so I just took the chair out and it flew off. Okay. Back to the questions. What is your favorite color? It is pink, 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 pink. Pink. If it comes in pink, I buy it in pink. Who does my hair? Oh, one of the cats. Oh, no. Yeah, my cats do my hair. No, the cats are just making noise. Who does my hair? Former coworkers, so people I used to work with. How hard is it being a content creator in the beginning? Any advice for it? It's hard. It took me years of posting to get even the tiniest bit of attention, and it's been a very slow and steady climb for years and years and years. I would say consistency is without a doubt the most important part. It's frustrating when you're posting and it's get like no views, but you have to just keep posting because hopefully eventually somewhere down the line something's gonna take off and then you can go from there. So posting consistently. Also making sure you have like good lighting and like clear quality videos and like decent sound. To me, those are major things. And post to multiple platforms. That's something I wish I would have done sooner. I started off on YouTube and was only posting to YouTube for like 3 years. And it wasn't until I crossed over to TikTok that things started going well. And then I started posting on Facebook, and then I started doing really well on Facebook. And I've just started now trying to post more on Instagram. Try to post on everything because like I'll have a video that absolutely flops on like YouTube and Instagram, and it'll take off on TikTok and Facebook. So, and then also just pay attention when you do start to have something that does well. Pay attention to what qualities in that video did well. So when I first started TikTok, I did all kinds of content to see what worked. And then I noticed a pattern that the only videos that were getting like decent-ish views were skits. And then what I really noticed is ones involving customer service did really well. So once I noticed that, I started focusing on the customer service, and that's when things started to take off. So just pay attention to what does and doesn't work and go from there and be consistent. What was Claire family drama inspired by? So Claire Family Drama was never supposed to be a series. It was only ever meant to be one video. It was inspired by back to school season because you would have teenagers, children come in with their parents getting a haircut for school, and the kids want something a little out there, and then the parents say no, and then they start arguing, and it becomes like a whole fiasco. Like they will start like letting out family drama a little bit, and you're just like, okay. So it was just supposed to be that. And I did not expect the video to do well at all. I was like, this is a flop. No one's gonna watch it. Nobody cares. And to my surprise, it blew up. And then everybody started being like, part two, part two. And I was just like, part two, what? And then I had the idea of the dad getting involved. And I was like, okay, well then let me do like part two. And once again, I never expected it to go beyond 2 or 3, but then people just kept asking for the next part, and I just kept getting ideas, so it just kind of snowballed, and now it's this huge thing. And that's why it takes me so long to make a new episode, is because I never intended for it to go this far, so I don't have the story planned out, so I have to like make it up as I go. Have I thought about making merch? Yes, but I do not know how. I don't know what avenue to take. I would love to make merch. I think it'd be so funny to put like, you know, Francine or Timmy or something, but I don't know how to do it. This happens a lot with things in social media. There's a lot of things I would like to do, but like I don't know how to do them, and nobody that I know is doing this as well, so I have nobody to ask from. I only have one friend who, you know, has a platform, but she's kind of stepped away to focus on other things, so I would love to, I just don't know how. But yes, I will try to focus on that in the future at some point. It's something I want to do, so I gotta do it. Do I have any pets? Yes, I do. I have 2 cats. I have Nyla and Sophie. How do you feel when people are rushing you for more parts of the story? It stresses me out a little bit. I am like happy that I do have a series that people are like so excited to see the next part for, but I do feel the pressure, and sometimes the pressure of getting the next part out is what stunts my creativity and makes it hard for me to do the next part, because I'm thinking everybody wants the next part, everybody's asking for it, I have to get it out, and I'm just so focused on that I don't let the creativity flow out. And if I'm mentally not there, I can't do it. And that is what makes it take so long. Do you see yourself writing books or making movies? Yes. I actually wrote books a lot as a kid. That's probably the first creative thing I ever really did. I used to write stories all the time. I still have some saved from when I was a kid. And I actually have started writing a book. I just haven't really had time to focus on it because I've been focusing so much on making videos, but I would definitely love to be a published author. And then making movies, I would love to do that as well. I think that would be really fun. So yeah, I would love to do those. Do you still do hair or just videos? So I just do videos now. I left the hair industry in November. When I first started up for beauty school, I always thought I'm gonna give this about 10 years and then call it quits. And that's pretty much what I did. I hit 10 years this year since going to beauty school, and I was getting tired of it, and now I'm moving on. And hair was never my passion. People would always ask me that, is hair your passion? And I would always say, no, I like doing hair, but it's not my passion. Being able to create things is more of my passion. Like, yes, it is a creative field, but it's very unusual you get to do what you want on a client. You usually are doing what the client asks. So the creativity kind of gets taken out of it a little bit. So yeah, I've moved on. But anyways, that is my that is my Q&A as I cough up a lung. I'm now gonna go film some videos. I've got some videos to film, but I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.